Hey everyone, Sinister here, and welcome to my channel. As 2019 is about to come to a close, and I've decided to end the year with my favorite games of 2019. And, and guess what? It wasn't easy choosing my top 6 games because of the variety it was great. And of course, last year I did my top 4, so I decided to increase it to 6 this time. So basically, my list is in no particular order, so I'm not going to hold you any longer. Hope you all enjoyed the video and leave your comments down below. I would like to hear what your favorite games of 2019 are. Again, just leave it in the comments down below. This is Sinister. Be easy. Alright folks, here we go. And you're ready to start this list off. The best way to start off is with an exclusive. An exclusive for the Nintendo Switch, that is. And that game is Luigi's Mansion 3. I mean, I couldn't wait for this game to drop on Halloween, and luckily enough, got off work early to go get it. And so ever since I popped it in and tried it out, I was like, man, this is amazing. Because I remember playing the original game on the GameCube, but of course, it didn't get to play the second one, which was on the 3DS. So now I just had a chance to pick this one up. So now this thing's different. Of course, Luigi has Polterpup and Professor Egat to help him out in his quest, like the Battle of the Ghosts and the King Boos, and of course, rescue Mario and company. So basically, you get to rescue each one, it helps you, progress the story. So yeah, like with the Poltergust, it's just cool grabbing the ghosts and just body slamming them. And also you can, suck up, big objects and shoot them out at the ghost, dazing them. And that way you can easily just use your Poltergust and just keep body slamming again just to defeat the bosses and all it. And of course, you got some, one's like making like a weird composer, one's like a big goof, big strong guy, kind of like a big oaf and everything. So, this is just like a few things. And of course, you have the Boos, like especially King Boo. He's like one of your main enemies, because of course you always fight him before, probably in the previous game. So yeah, Luigi, always timid as ever. He's sitting there trying to cower and hide and run away, things like that. But usually when it comes to catching ghosts, he's all brave and everything. So yeah, definitely this game is definitely one of my favorites of 2019. So, and of course you got 5 other games on the list. So let's continue on. And here I have Gears 5, and of course it's one of the top 6 games, and of course it's one of the exclusives that's on my top 6 games of this year. And of course, like when I first played it via Game Pass, I mean I was sitting there enjoying, I'm trying to enjoy the story a little bit. I mean, I didn't like some of the controls. That's just one of my negatives on there, especially like playing horde mode. And of course, when you collect the power from your down enemies, you deposit your power. You gotta keep hitting that X button and things like that. That's just a minor gripe. But however, the overall gameplay I enjoy. I mean, yeah, it really upped the ante, and I definitely can't wait for Gear 6 on the next Xbox. All of the Series X and things like that. So, yeah, if anybody who hasn't had a chance to play it, you ought to try this game out. If you got some friends, you definitely enjoy the multiplayer. It's got all kinds of content that you enjoy, things like that. So, yeah, of course, like, your favorite characters or have a specific class and things like that. So, like I said, I mean, anybody who has their favorite, go ahead and choose him or her and just go at it. So, yeah, definitely. Gears 5 is definitely one of my top 6. And next game we have here is Mortal Kombat 11. I mean, this was a hard choice. It was either between this one or Samurai Showdown. So basically, Mortal Kombat won out overall because because it looks more realistic versus like cartoony things like that. I mean, of course, the new Samurai Showdown doesn't look cartoony. It looks more like comic book style, in it with the CGI and everything. But basically, Mortal Kombat won out. Right, because I mean, I'm just loving the gameplay, the moves, of course, the fatalities. I mean, that's what everybody likes, and things like that. And I recently, got the fighters pack. It got like Sing Sung, Nightwolf, Spawn, Joker, etc., etc. So yeah, like I said, the gameplay and the graphics. Heck, I give it up for the graphics. It looks phenomenal, like on the new systems. Like whether you have it on Xbox, PS4, the Switch, or PC. I mean, whatever system you had before, because I'm sure you're going to enjoy it and things like that. And of course, everybody's usual favorites are there, like Liu Kang, Raiden, Sub-Zero, Scorpion, like, again, etc., etc. But, so yeah, and then of course the story mode continues on where the last game left off. But however, my minor gripe is Ronda Rousey voicing Sonya Blade. I mean, you could have chose somebody better and things like that, but I'm not gonna rant on about that. I mean, it's just like I said, it's just a minor gripe and things like that. So yeah, MK11 is just the fourth game that I chose, and now we move on to number 3. And now we're on the third game on the list, and that is the reboot of Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Yeah, the 2019 version is basically almost the same game that came out back in 2004, which was 15 years ago. But however, this one's a bit different, and I'm glad that Infinity Ward decided to take a different approach, even though the name of the game is still the same. And of course, like the same character Price is there, but however, like for the voice actor, nothing against him, but I prefer like the original voice actor of Price. That's just me. But however, the game itself, I mean, yeah, I enjoyed the campaign, even the multiplayer. They added new stuff in here and there, and plus, they don't charge you for a $50 season pass. So yeah, that I give them big ups, like the way they changed like their approach. That way they're not cheating the customer, cheating the fan base. They're giving you this cramming, content that's something that we don't want, and this, that, and the third. So yeah, big ups to Activision, Infinity Ward for rebooting this game, and keep the new content coming for the multiplayer. However, I mean, there's one thing people complain about, like if you have like the Xbox or the PC version, there's a new mode on there that the PlayStation gets for 1 year, and of course Xbox and PC will get it the next year. But however, the new Call of Duty be out by that time, so yeah, to me that was the point. But that's no, we're not discussing that here. That's a video for another time. So yeah, I'm enjoying this game, and enjoying the multiplayer and here and there. So yeah, on to the next game. Alrighty, we're getting down to the wire, getting close to the top, and what better way than to start out with Devil May Cry 5. I was happy that the series returned back to its roots, seeing badass Dante back and not that whiny emo version from DMC. I mean, don't get me wrong, for DMC, I mean, I like the gameplay, but the story sucked. And basically I couldn't stand that version of Dante. I mean, he's just a whiny little bitch. Things like that. So yeah, like I'm glad badass Dante is back. True to form, just smart as comments and things like here and there. And of course, also back is Nero from DMC 4. He kind of looks like Cody Rhodes, from AEW, things like that. You can see the resemblance there in their faces. And of course, now you got this new character named V. He's like a mysterious character. Basically, with him, like his creatures do all the fighting for him. He just hangs back. He just finishes them all, once they're weakened up and things like that. But however, out of the characters used the most, I always like using Dante. He has like the most weapons, like the most skills, things like that, followed by Nero. So I was like, yeah, and of course, like the funniest part is like when Dante gets the hat called the Dr. Fouls, he starts breaking out in Michael Jackson, even moonwalking towards the end and things like that. It's really cool and things like that. So yeah, Devil May Cry is definitely, one of my top favorite games of this year. Like I said, I gotta give big ups to Capcom, on this. And of course, stay tuned to see what the number 1 game is. And now we're down to the final game on the list on my top 6 games, and that is Resident Evil 2 Remake. And I had to give a big up to Capcom, because I mean they really did their thing. Take this classic game from the ground up and just put a different spin on it for today's audience. I mean, yeah, it is totally remade. I mean, they threw different things in there, like all the puzzles are all different. So I mean, what you played before in 1988 is not gonna work here. So I was like, yeah, man, and especially like the visuals, like especially 1080p, 60 frames per second. I mean, this game looks smooth, it plays smooth. I mean, it will really keep you on your toes, especially with Mr. X around. And like, I mean, Mr. X just looks like Dolph Lundgren on acid. I was like, dang gone. I mean, is somebody at Capcom a Dolph Lundgren fan? Things like that. So anyways, that's my top 6 games of 2019. What are yours? List them down below. This is Sinister. Be easy.
It will be easier if you don't resist, and less dangerous.